is what it is.
The Lakers are running out of bodies, and they're not winning many games. What can they do? What's next?
You are Locked On Lakers, your daily Los Angeles Lakers podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Thanks to everybody for making Locked On Lakers your first listen of every day, Monday through Friday, sometimes on Saturdays and Sundays, and even into weekend or holidays, no matter how you get the podcast, Spotify, Apple, iTunes. Maybe you're one of the 37,000 plus subscribers to the Locked On Lakers YouTube page. No matter how you get the show, you are helping make the Locked On Podcast Network the #1 sports podcast network in this or any other known universe. I'm Brian Kamenetsky with Andy Kamenetsky. Covered the team for a long time, nearly 20 years for the LA Times, ESPN, for The Athletic, and Andy. This is one of those games. I said to myself when I saw that Deandre Ayton and Jaxson Hayes and Luka Dončić, who's their best player, will be joining Austin Reaves on the sidelines of this game. We had a sense that it might come, but we weren't totally sure. I said to myself, this is probably not good. And it turned out it wasn't. The Blazers win as predicted, I think, by most people. 132-116 was the final score. Can't fault the effort. Lakers just didn't have enough dudes to win this game, I don't think.
No, it was the 20th new starting lineup of the season. LeBron James.
4 more and they get a free latte.
Oh, they're going to get it. They're going to get plenty. This is a team that by March is going to be caffeinated out of their eyeballs. LeBron James, Marcus Smart, Gabe Vincent, Jake LaRavia, and Maxi Kleber, your starting 5 for this game. And I got to say, it began with the full Maxi experience. He got to the line on a pick and roll feed from LeBron, 2 of 2. That was, I believe, the Lakers' first score. A couple trips later, he was set up for a little jumper. Then he later airballed a jumper. Then he hit a wide open 3. Then he drove off an up fake at the line, used his offhand for a
Maxi
layup.
Was getting saucy there in the
first he was.
Minutes.
Like I said, it
question.
was the full Maxi experience. I also think in that opening 3 or 4 minutes, like seemingly everyone on the team, Maxi was already in foul trouble.
Mm-hmm.
The Lakers picked up a lot of fouls in this game.
22 fouls in the first quarter, which I believe they said was an NBA record.
I don't think it was an NBA record. It was the most free throws for any quarter this season.
Okay.
I know that for sure. Maybe
it's
it was
a record, maybe not the record.
Well, it's certainly a record for this season. It made the game feel like it was setting a record for length. I thought actually this game might have jeopardized the Lakers' ability to get back to LA in enough time on Sunday to play the Raptors, because it was just taking forever. Some of this was the refs getting a little ticky-tacky. Some of this was legitimately the Lakers unable to stop anybody, which led to a lot of penetration, a lot of fouling in the lane.
When you're giving up that much of the paint, doing all these things, it makes it hard for the refs to distinguish. I just, look, I mean, you can go through the box score.
Portland earned a lot of those.
You mentioned
for sure.
You mentioned, the performance of Maxi Kleber in the starting lineup. He had finished with 11 points in 20 minutes, which is, for this season for him, a pretty high output. You look at Drew Timme at 21 points, 9 and 12 shooting, coming off the bench, and Kobe Buffkin, who we're going to talk about a lot, I think, heading into next week, did a couple nice things, had a couple blocks, made 3 of his 8 shots. LeBron was fighting it. I think he had a lot on his plate, but Marcus Smart had 25 points. I mean, it's JJ after the game. I mean, I know he's not happy with the outcomes here, and he's not happy with the defense, but it was interesting. I mean, I think this was not a winnable game against a Portland team that is actually over their last, 12, 13 games played quite well, even without Denny Avia. This is not really a winnable game, but what I do think is kind of you get revealing, and I wonder, even Andy, what you think about this. Like, have they missed too many people in too many spots with too many, to even do the thing where it feels like the team plays the same way when guys are missing. The flip side of that is Luka missing is different than everyone else missing.
It would be one thing if they had most of the team intact, but Austin Reaves had missed 6 weeks, which I think he's going to end up in total missing somewhere between 6 to 8 weeks. But let's just say
around there, right?
Let's just say Austin missed 6 weeks, but the rest of the team mostly remained intact, like pretty steadily. Who's available. Obviously, missing Austin, as we've seen during his absence, is a problem. But if it's basically just Austin missing, you figure out ways to offset this and work around it and you attempt different approaches to solutions. When, again, it is your 20th different starting lineup in now game 40, and not a one of those starting lineups was JJ Redick deciding, you know what, I want to go in a different direction. I want to try something new. All 20 have been dictated by who is and is not available. I know I've brought this up on more than one, but certainly a few occasions throughout this season. My concerns that just the Lakers have not had enough of an opportunity to build really anything. They've really spent these opening 40 games, other than the start of the season, which, by the way, was the most consistent in terms of just who was available.
Yeah.
They have spent most of this season, frankly, just trying to survive. And I think on balance, they have survived reasonably well, but they have not really built towards anything meaningful in a lot of ways. And it's not really anybody's fault, because this isn't controllable, but it's a problem. We're halfway through the season. And if you asked me what's the best version of this team, my answer would be I have no effing idea. I've barely seen them play together.
It's look, I mean, when Luka is around and playing well, like they have a fighting chance in most of the games that they play, but it's just the way things are going have definitely revealed what the weaknesses in the roster are. I mean, that's not a mystery. What they weren't really a mystery going into the season, but
I was going to say we told everyone what they were.
How things have played out, but like the way in their capacity to mitigate some of those weaknesses by leaning into strengths has been tough. Austin Reaves continues to make a lot of money during this stretch while he's out, because his importance is being emphasized in many significant ways. We'll see what happens. Look, the Lakers turn around, like you mentioned. They take the floor again Sunday against Toronto. Also going to be a big challenge for them. The Raptors are, a quality Eastern Conference team. And, we're currently fourth in the East, 25 wins. And, I don't know exactly what the Lakers can do here to really sort of stop this slide. I mean, the effort was there. They don't have the personnel to defend, especially when you're missing both of your centers. And I mean, no disrespect to Maxi Kleber, but when you're missing two of your three centers and your next guy after Kleber is Drew Timme
on a two-way deal,
who is, hasn't been able to stay in the league because, if you go back and look at his box scores with the Nets, he's basically putting up like 19 and 13 every night. He's not in the league. He can't defend. But the Lakers are creeping closer and closer to danger spots. They're currently tied with, statistically tied essentially with Phoenix for the 6-7, and they're only a game and a half up on Golden State, who have won 7 of 10 for the 8 spot, and Portland is within spitting distance given how things are going with the Lakers. So it's like, this is just, they got to figure out how to get through this, staying afloat to keep themselves in contention with the top 6. A lot of basketball left, but they need to figure out how they're going to win some games, and they are after tomorrow gone essentially from the crypto.com for the rest of the month.
Yeah, they play Denver on Tuesday. I believe they have a game against the Clippers. Luka and Ayton,
Clippers team, by the way, that's playing a whole lot better.
Right. Absolutely. A lot of teams around the league are starting to pick it up, and they all happen to be the ones that the Lakers are playing. JJ said before the game that Luka's MRI for the groin issue that kept him out of this game, and it has been bothering him for, I would imagine, anywhere from a week to 2 weeks.
It's been pretty clear.
And JJ said that the MRI came back good. Luka's listed as day-to-day. Deandre Ayton, the knee soreness that kept him out. He's also listed as day-to-day.
I'm just laughing at the idea of, like, I would want my MRI and my groin to come back good too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Quite a groin you got there, my friend.
Well, I mean, they didn't say it was impressive. They just said it looked good.
I would want mine to come back impressive.
I mean,
what a prodigious groin MRI he just had.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Luka left the MRI place feeling even better about himself, knowing he couldn't play, but that's another story for another day.
MRI in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
In any event, though, Luke, hopefully those
I'll
guys
be here all night, folks.
Yeah, hopefully those guys are available all night. It felt like you'd be done with this set before the game ended. Woo. But hopefully those dudes are going to be available to play on Sunday. I mean, as far as figuring out frankly, we don't know if LeBron's going to be able to play in this game Sunday. I mean, he just played a back-to-back, so hopefully it's possible. He was solid, he was solid, fine in this game. He started out very slow, picked it up in the second half. I believe he was 3 of 12 at one point before eventually picking it up. Better second half, finished with 20 points. 8 assists, 9 rebounds, 4 turnovers, steal, and 2 blocks. Like, he did some stuff that was good.
Inefficient, but was up against it.
Well, I was going to say, the reason I bring up LeBron is not to be critical of the performance. He's the best player on the team right now. And A, we don't even know if he's going to be available to play on the second in this back-to-back. B, it is a lot to ask of him at this stage of his career to put a team on his back,
particularly this team,
right?
The roster that was left for him,
right? And this is unfortunately the place that the Lakers are in right now. That is the ask of LeBron. I would be lying if I said I felt confident about him able to do it. I'd love to be pleasantly surprised, but again, it's just a lot. Yeah. Figuring out how to get through this is just going to be really difficult.
I'm not even sure there's a
but
formula here.
On the plus side, I will say this before we go. On the plus side, a lot of the role players in this game stepped up with opportunity. Mm-hmm. We mentioned Maxi. We mentioned Marcus Smart with 25 points, hit 4 threes, 9 of 17 from the field. Drew Timme's night. Rui, this was the best Rui's look since coming back from the calf injury himself. 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field, 2 steals, a really good assist, setting up, I want to say, Maxi for 3. He's still on the minutes restriction, but he played 19 as opposed to 18. Hopefully,
creeping up.
No, but I'm being serious. Like, where they are right now, every minute Rui can play matters. Like, it actually does matter. And I saw some things from Kobe Buffkin that I liked, and if nothing else, should make Gabe Vincent very territorial about his minutes. If I were
yeah, so we'll be back obviously after Sunday's game. We'll have a full show for Monday, and yeah, see where it goes. But before we go, Andy, we have to tell people about this.
Well, that Locked On Lakers is brought to you by FanDuel. There we go. Fridays they feel different during basketball season. FanDuel makes them feel it even better. Every Friday night before the games tip off, FanDuel gives fans a new way to kick off the weekend with NBA Happy Hour. NBA Happy Hour is your official pregame, a limited time window where special offers drop right inside the FanDuel app before the action starts. Friday from 6 to 7:30 Eastern has become appointment viewing with NBA happy hour. Opening the FanDuel app during happy hour always brings something new, bonuses, boosts, surprises. It's easy to check the weekly schedule before tip-off and make a move right before the window closes. So before tip-off, check the FanDuel app, see what's dropping during NBA happy hour every Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Eastern. A little basketball, a little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy. That's NBA happy hour only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA.
Locked On Lakers also brought to you by Game Time. During basketball season, there's nothing like being in the building. The energy, the crowd, that first big run that gets everyone on their feet. Fans want to be there for all those moments, not stuck refreshing screens or guessing what tickets are really going to cost. This is where Game Time comes in. Game Time app gives fans the advantage back, making it incredibly easy to score amazing tickets fast, simple, and without the guesswork. With our family, we use Game Time a lot to get soccer tickets. Go to see LAFC, go see Angel City. Actually used Game Time to get Disney on Ice tickets with my daughter. And every time, it's a phenomenal experience. See exactly where you're going to sit so you can know what your view is going to be. You get and you, more importantly, you know what the cost is going to be, including the fees. You get that whole thing so you know exactly what's going on. No surprises. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off. All right, we'll see everyone tomorrow.